BJ Penn kills his family. MERAB Dvalishvili is out of his fight, and more this week. The MMA news. MERAB Dvalishvili has broken his toe. Now, let me scroll down. There's a video. Dana has before said that this guy is one of the dumbest human beings on planet Earth. And we've all seen the video. I'll find it in editing of him diving directly into a pool of ice, and then his head starts bleeding because he dove his head first into ice. Obviously. And he just posted that video like it was nothing. And he's done other dumbass shit. I forget what it was before the last O'Malley fight, I think. Or maybe it was, I don't think it was before the Umar fight. I think it was before the O'Malley fight, where he posted something, and I was like, why would you... Maybe it was like a big cut on his head or something. I feel like it was a big cut. And even then I was like, why would you post that? You're just giving your opponent tools to work with. We are 2 weeks out. Not even 2 weeks at this point. I mean, when this video came out, when was it? May 23rd? So it was like 2 weeks out of his main event against Sean O'Malley, their rematch. Undeserved, by the way. I'll talk about it when it comes next week. Next week? June 7th? Yeah. Wow. It's next week. Next week already. That's crazy. We'll talk about it. I'm going to get heated on that video. I'll tell you what. Friday, June 6th. Keep your eyes out. I'm going to get hot. Anyways, he's posted a video now saying that he's broken his toe. And you can see in the video, it's, by the way, Conor McGregor had the same injury and pulled out on 2 weeks' notice. Big ups to MERAB. This has almost 1 million views.
I break my toe, my friend.
Look what he said. You heard what he said?
I break my toe, my friend.
I break my toe. Look at that, bro. He broke his toe. He's fighting. MERAB might lose, man. I did, by the way, clickbait this video. He's not out. But, I mean, I feel like they would have to force him out if the toe remains. I mean, I don't know how long a broken toe, pinky toe of all things, takes to heal, but I might have to force him out. I don't know. Why would you post this, MERAB? I mean, you're a fucking idiot for posting this. Idiot. Because what? Yo, Sean O'Malley should start training with Kamaru Usman. I saw him. He started training with DJ. He should start training with Kamaru Usman. Learn those foot stomps, man. Take advantage of this. The UFC is introducing new patches to put on their fighters' shorts. The first fighter to wear them will be Andreas Gustafsson this weekend. It'll be a UFC debut patch, and I guess they then take it off the short and shorts, plural, and put it onto a Topps card, and it'll be a one-of-one signed card. It's actually pretty cool. Big money grab idea. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a who cares? I'm sorry. Who cares? Nah, I don't think it's going to be. Who cares? I mean, it's cool for, like, collectors, I guess, but it's similar to how I feel about putting your name on the octagon. It's kind of lame. Like, are you at home? I'm going with the octagon, your name on the octagon thing here. You're at home watching, you're like, oh my God, Andre Feely just got submitted on my name. It's a cool idea, and it's cool to know, like, who's making a debut for new fans. I just don't really see the value in it. Why does it have to be on a card? I don't know. I'm just confused by this decision. I feel like there's other things we should be getting to UFC. But whatever. We're going to get right into fights now. We have like 7 fights. So it's going to be a long video. Sorry. Buckle in. Buckle in. Strap on. I have to preface these by saying the first 4 are not confirmed. They're just in the works and not like truly reliable sources. So these might not even be real. Rong Zhu versus Drew Dober. August 23rd. I think Rong Zhu is white enough to beat Drew Dober. Who do I think is going to win this fight? Honestly, dude, Drew Dober has power. Rong Zhu was kind of timid in his last fight. I forget who it was against. It was against... I don't remember. Why did I say that 2 times? But Drew Dober just got knocked out pretty brutally, might I add, by, is it Ignacio Bahamondes? I think it was Ignacio Bahamondes. Like, horrible knockout. He stood up, still trying to fight when the fight was off. He was unconscious, out cold. Not cold. Well, cold. Well, not cold. But he was out pretty bad, dude. That was like a month or two ago. August 23rd is, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is a real fight that's going to happen. If it is, I'm going with Drew Dober. My mouse is on screen, and I apologize. But Rong Zhu, man, he's really good, like, finding his shots. He can find and place his shots well. I don't have that much to say about him because I feel like I've only seen him fight a couple times. And he stays on the outside. I remember this. He's a big outside fighter. I think Drew is maybe shorter than him. I feel like Rong Zhu is really small, though. And our Drew Dober's pretty short. Might have trouble closing the distance on Rong Zhu. I don't really know what the actual measurements are, but I feel that Drew Dober, he's more explosive, in close, dirty boxing kind of thing. We continue. Next, unreliable fight news. Honestly, I feel like I've seen this somewhere else as well, so I'm inclined to believe this one more. What a horrible matchup. What an absolutely terrible, horrible matchup. Zhang Mingyang is scheduled to fight Johnny Walker also on August 23rd, the Shanghai Indoor Stadium. So this is UFC Shanghai. I think that this is going to be a pay-per-view, a numbered card. We'll talk. I think it's actually the next fight that Zhang Weili wants to main event this card or be on it. I don't know who else would main event, though. China card? Is he? So maybe it's a Weili main eventing a Chinese Shanghai pay-per-view. That'd be fun. I honestly don't hate Weili. I really like Weili. But maybe a co-main event, Mang Jingyang. Mang Yingyang. Well, I didn't say it right 2 times in a row. Zhang Mingyang. Maybe I did say it right the first time. I don't know. Cut it if I did. Mingyang Zhang. Zhang Mingyang. Fighting Johnny Walker. Dude. He just destroyed Anthony Silva. And it was a layup match for him. I went into the fight saying, Mingyang, round 1 knockout. Because Anthony Silva. Did I say that twice? Anthony Smith. What the fuck is Anthony Silva, bro? What's going on right now? Anthony Smith doesn't have the heart. I'm sorry. Lion heart. I'm sorry. You don't have a lion heart, though. You give up. He gives up. I shouldn't talk directly to him. He's watching, but I'm not going to talk to him. I'm talking about Mingyang Zhang right here. All right? He doesn't have the heart, and I knew he was going to give up. Just like how in this fight, I'm going for round 1 knockout again because Mingyang Zhang has power and Johnny Walker has no chin. Why did they make this fight? They're trying to kill Johnny Walker. I swear they are. This says that it's going to be the main event. I just read the actual tweet. I don't think it's going to be the main event. If this is a pay-per-view, it's not, obviously. I think it's going to be a pay-per-view, though, because we're going to move on here. I think I've already said my piece on this. Johnny Walker, rest in peace, my boy. I love you, though. Virna Jandiroba. Well, so Zhang Weili said that she wants to fight in Shanghai. And Virna Jandiroba replied, not directly to the tweet, but in her own tweet. I don't know why she didn't reply to the direct tweet, but she says, Zhang Weili, I've heard you want to defend your belt in China. Let's do this. I've always wished to visit China. Hashtag UFC Shanghai. I don't hate this. Like, the next person for the strawweight title has to be Virna Jandiroba. Nobody else deserves it except for her. Or more than her, I should say. Weili has to move up. Weili has to fight Shevchenko. That would sell, dude. Dude. That being main event of a pay-per-view in China sells out. Sells out. Does well on pay-per-view as well. That is a good fight that can sell, especially a co-main event, Mingyang Zhang. Pop on a Li Jingliang on there. we're stacking a card. This might be actually a heat card. This card might be fire. If we have Zhang Weili versus Valentina Shevchenko in the main event at women's flyweight. Who would win this fight, by the way? Weili. Weili is good everywhere, and she's better where you're not. You know what I mean? Shit, she's better where you are. Good, I mean. She's better wrestling than Tatiana Suarez. She's got phenomenal striking, better striking than Joanna. Think I forgot about that double spinning back fist? Not double, regular spinning back fist. I mean, dude, Weili is really good. GOAT status? GOAT? Greatest woman of all time status? I know we say Amanda Nunes, but dude, we got to consider Weili in that conversation. For sure the greatest strawweight ever. I don't see her getting beaten. She looked so good in her last fight. 35 years old, by the way. And I was saying going to that fight, I don't know, man. Tatiana Suarez, very good wrestler. Weili proved she's the best in the division by far. I don't see Jandiroba winning that fight. Sorry, Jandiroba. I like you. Chiwiwis. Next, alleged fight. This one has to be scrolled down a little bit here. Well, I don't know. Yeah, scroll down a little bit here. Next, alleged fight. Chris Curtis versus Max Griffin. I was going to show this one from Twitter, but the top comment on this made me laugh so hard. Chris versus Griffin? Dude, they got Chris versus Griffin in the UFC? What? Oh my goodness. How do you think of that? Chris Curtis versus Max Griffin at 170. If I'm not mistaken, Chris Curtis is dropping a weight class. Returns to 170. He was fighting at 85. Fought Kopylov at 85. Fought Brendan Allen at 85. Now he's going back down to 70. He's had a couple rough fights. So I like this. Hasn't been slept or anything. Still got the chin. There's Max Griffin, though. Max Griffin has power. I really, I said that questioningly because I'm not, by the way, first reported by Magic MMA Bets. Buddy, give me a dumpster full of salt on this one. Max Griffin, I don't have much to say about him because I feel like everybody knows him except for me for some reason. He's got power. He's decent. I think Chris Curtis is going to put it on him. I'm a big Chris Curtis fan. He's kind of a sore loser. But I like Chris Curtis. We've grown together in the UFC. His first UFC was my first UFC. That's so cute. Oh, my God. Anyways, now we're going to get to some real fights. Real fights confirmed. Starting with UFC 319 in August 16th. Okay, never mind. So the Shanghai one is not a pay-per-view. Would they have Zhang Weili? Maybe. If it's Weili versus Jandiroba on a fight, main eventing a fight night card, I feel like that would do better than a pay-per-view. So, everything that we talked about earlier about building a great pay-per-view card, scratch it from the record. This is on the pay-per-view, though. 319. That's Dricus and Chimaev pay-per-view. So this is maybe a main card opener, prelim fight. I like this fight, though. I really like Tim Elliott. Kai Sakura, I'm just getting to know him, obviously, coming over from Rise in his last fight, losing against the champion, Alexandre Pantoja. Was it round 1 submission? Or early round 2? I think it was round 1. He's got power, good flying knees and everything. Both of these guys are super fast, super strong. I like this fight a lot. I'm going to go with Asakura. I think Tim Elliott's just kind of getting up there. And he's still fighting at 25. I don't know, dude. There's not many old guys at that weight class. And maybe he needs to be, the age-old saying of to fear an old man in a young man's sport. But old men get knocked out all the time. That's just the fact. I don't know how old Tim Elliott is, like mid to late 30s, I think. He is, I will say this, he is crazy and active, so you know he's coming into these fights without injury, for the most part. It's a decent fight. I feel like it should be a prelim. I don't know how stacked 319 is going to be, though. It might be a main card, dude. We're stretched so thin, I think. The quality of UFC is deteriorating, dude. This weekend's card, I'll talk about it on Friday, bro. I can't believe I'm going to have to sit there and watch this card. There's one good fight on a card. One. Mateusz Gamrot versus Ludovic Klein. That's the only good fight on the entire card. I don't hate Ketlin Vieira, but she's boring a little bit. And I don't even know who she's fighting. So the fight won't be that good. Erin Blanchfield and Macy Barber. We'll talk about it later. They're decision merchants. We'll talk about it later. Friday. Keep your eyes peeled. All right? Keep them peeled. We continue to the next fight announcement. Ikram Aliskerov versus the Hulk Bruno Ferreira. This is a really good fight. Aliskerov, what did he do recently? I swear he fought recently. Or is he... Who's Aliskerov fought? How was that a month ago? What? I'm actually in so much shock right now. Okay, whatever. Ikram Aliskerov just knocked out Andre Muniz a month ago, which I learned today. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Holy shit, that was at Ian Gary versus Carlos Prates. I can't believe that was a month ago. I genuinely cannot. That was a crazy knockout. Before that, he got slept brutally by Robert Whittaker, and it kind of showed that maybe he doesn't have the best defense on the feet. I mean, Andre Muniz is not that, defense pressing, I guess. He's not testing your defense. Bruno Ferreira has power. The Hulk has power, man. He's got a weird build as well. But I see him. Oh, man. They're both really good. This is such a good fight. They actually cooked with this one. 318, by the way. Oh! I'm going to see this fight in person. Ikram was about to die again before GTA 6. I do agree with that comment. You just had GTA 6 here comment as well. They're both really good. Bruno's power is... I mean, he's putting Aliskerov out. Whittaker can put you out in 35 seconds flat. Dude. Bruno Ferreira is putting you asleep, dog. He might put you in a coma. Holy shit. I think Ikram takes it. I mean, the people are split. Ferreira is on that Paulo Costa secret juice. The people are split over this fight. I think Ikram's just a little bit too tall and lanky for the explosiveness of Bruno Ferreira. That's it. That's all I have to say, really. We'll continue the next one. Terrence McKinney versus Vyacheslav Borchev. I swear Vyacheslav Borchev just got fraud checked bad. I don't think he got knocked out. I think it was a boring decision. That's at International Fight Week, no less. This is actually a huge step for Terrence McKinney. If he can get a good win, and I expect him to, Terrence McKinney is the most inconsistent fighter you've ever seen. He's getting a crazy round one knockout, or he's getting knocked out flat on his face, like sniffing dirt knockout. Sniff the dirt, buddy. I just looked. Borchev has never been knocked out. The guy has a chin, and it's really going to be tested by Terrence McKinney, because Terrence has crackhead power. He does. Terrence McKinney, I really see him getting knocked out. Fuck, man. Dude, I don't know. Borshev, he might get chin, though. You don't know. Terrence is the guy that does that to people. This is a really good fight. I'm hyped to see it. It's not reaching to the decision. If this fight goes to decision, I'll blow my head off. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Dolidze. Dude, I find Roman so boring. Why are we making Anthony fight down when he literally had Robert and Sean open for months? No disrespect to RDR as he rid of fraud Nickel. But why is a win over Bo Nickel being treated better than a win streak that includes Roman Kopylov, Michel Pereira, and Brendan Allen? It's a decent point from Nutrock, but I think that RDR has way more name value and face value than Anthony Hernandez. That's just the simple truth of it. I just seen a Matt Brown interview today where he was saying, you know, Evloev technically deserves the title shot. But when you go into a bar and you just talk to somebody about UFC, they're not going to know who Movsar Evloev is. They might know Yair Rodriguez. And it's the same thing. You're not going to know. If you go into a random bar and you're like, oh, yeah, I like UFC, they're not going to go, oh, you like Anthony Hernandez? But if you bring up not Bo Nickel, if you bring up RDR, they might know who that is. You know what I mean? That's a Matt Brown take for you. I'm just kind of applying it to this situation. Which is why I think that Anthony Hernandez did not get Robert Whittaker or Sean Strickland. I don't even know if I want to see him fight Whittaker. I'd like to see maybe a Strickland fight, but it just feels like it's a little bit out of his level right now. I don't want him to fight Roman Dolidze. I agree he should not be fighting down after destroying Brendan Allen. He's done other good things recently as well. I just can't name them. I'll look it up for you. Give me 1 second. I don't know. I had to look it up. It's literally in the comment. Knocked out Roman Kopylov. Knocked out Michel Pereira. I think maybe it was tapped out Roman Kopylov. I just looked and I can't even remember. He should be getting more preferential treatment than having to fight number 13 Roman Dolidze, who's just come off of a very boring decision win over Marvin Vettori. And he's old. Roman's old. Roman, aren't you like 40? How old is Roman? I don't know. Roman's old, though, I think. I don't know. Whatever. Move on. We'll continue. Next fight. I used to pray for times like these. I used to pray for times like these. I'm not reading the comments on this one. They're, you can extrapolate. Bro. 2 of my wives fighting each other at the card I'm going to be at. It's divine. It's divine. They did it on purpose. They knew I was going to be there. So they made this fight. Keep me hooked. Keep me hooked. Keep me interested. Honestly, though, this fight is, it's all right. They're both decent. They're not going to be champions. They're going to be in the top 10. I don't know. Amanda Hebos probably going to win. I find her to be more well-rounded than Tabitha Ricci. Tabitha Ricci's a bit slow for me. I like Hebos. Again, they're just both really boring. They're just really both. This guy in the comments says, ladies, please, I'm not a big deal. I don't know why he's talking about my wives like that, but, I couldn't agree more. Well, that's all for the fights. We're done with the fights. Now we're on to some very big news. The UFC may not be going to Guadalajara. It was announced at UFC Mexico earlier this year that UFC 320 would be held in Guadalajara, Mexico. However, at this current moment, they are considering reassigning the location of UFC 320 because there have been construction delays on the Arena Guadalajara. It's not looking good. I don't really know how to feel about this. It's just kind of big news. I don't know where else they would hold it if it were to be. I mean, we don't even know who the main event is or anything. I would have to, MERAB O'Malley headlines. By the way, MERAB from Georgia and Sean O'Malley from Montana headlined UFC Noche last year. All right, I know Alexa Grasso was the co-main event in the title fight, but like what? We couldn't. Who even was a good Mexican then? Brandon Moreno was booked, I think, for November at that point. Maybe in September he wasn't. But again, September would have been too short notice, I guess. I don't know when his last fight was before that Albazi fight, but I feel like we could have had a different main event than a Georgian and a guy from Montana, who I think has Irish descendant because of his name, representing UFC Noche, the, Mexican Independence Day event. But whatever. It says here that Guadalajara has already had to cancel events through to September 4th. So we might end up in the States. It's probably going to be in fucking Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. Who am I kidding? Whatever. I don't know why I spent so long on that. Whatever. The final news of the day, BJ Penn has been arrested. Ah, dude. It's actually so sad. It's kind of funny. But it's really sad for his mental health and everything. If you go to his Instagram, which I won't, he has been posting recently that his mom, isn't his mom, and that someone that looks like his mom killed his mom and then took her spot, and he thinks that's the government trying to get to him. And he made similar accusations about the rest of his family, his brother and everything, about saying like taking photos of them 10 years ago and taking photos of them now and going, guys, look, they don't look the same. It looks like he's aged 10 years, I did see a while ago, someone made maybe it was just a meme about wondering if BJ Penn would be the first person to kill his family from the UFC. Not Benoit Saint-Denis, Chris Benoit style. We almost got it, dude. But I think his mom filed a restraining order. He was arrested on Sunday on the charge of abuse of a family or household member. It is really sad to see, dude. He needs serious help. He needs to get on meds or something. I think he's still lost his mind from when Georges St-Pierre kissed him, made a guy kiss him. If you don't know the lore, I don't know if this is true, actually. I know George has talked about it, but I feel like he was joking. Walking out to a Georges St-Pierre fight, BJ Penn, and a fan of BJ Penn, leaned over during the walkout, leaned over the barricade and kissed BJ Penn on the face. And GSP said that he paid the guy to do that. Who knows if it's true. I feel like he's still reeling from that incident. Whatever. It's really sad, though. Dude, I really hope BJ gets help. But you know what? I'll say this. Kind of, they replace his whole family and then they arrest him. I think they got to BJ, guys. They got to BJ. Listen, they found his Instagram and they knew that he was on to them. And so they had to come in and they had to get rid of him. He's going to... BJ Penn is going to... Well, not going to him. Not visiting. He's going to do the action. I don't think I can say it. But he's going to do the... I shouldn't say action either, actually, now that I think about it. He's going to kick the chair, as they say. But, not, Someone's going to kick the chair for him, I guess. I've solved it. The government wants to get rid of BJ Penn because he was going to win governor of Hawaii. That's true, by the way. He did run for governor of Hawaii. I think it was governor. It was something political in Hawaii. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it does really support my channel. Let me know what you think of the fights that I announced. No, I didn't announce them, but you know what I mean. The fights that I broke down. Let me know what you think of BJ Penn getting arrested. Is MERAB out? Let me know in the comments below. I'm so not excited for the card this weekend. Doesn't matter. Video coming Friday. I'll break it down. It's going to be a short one because I was looking at the card today. I don't know most of the people, so. Bye.